There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Last month when I went on retreat. And this is why you want your minister to go on retreats and conferences and seminars, because we can't help but bring that expansiveness back to our communities. The host of the retreat was Paul Selig, author, channeler, retired New York City professor. He was hosting this. And this first book, two of my mentors recommended that I read it. And so the book is entitled, I Am the Word. Be prepared, my friends, be prepared. I Am the Word. And we are going to be using that for the next 4 weeks for our Sunday Talk series. And to my surprise, we're also having a book study. And I say that because I wasn't planning on having a book study until several people approached me from the community wanting to have one. And what works for them is Wednesday at 2:30 in the afternoon. So for the next 4 Wednesdays, 2:30 till 4, we'll be having a book study. If you really feel drawn to this work and you want to have an evening book study and there are enough of you, we'll make it happen. Okay. So, when you hear the word channeled or channeler, does the pit of your stomach drop? Or maybe the hackles on the back of your neck rise? Anyone have that kind of feeling? Show of hands? Couple? Okay. Well, I gotta tell you, that was how I felt about it. Until I was challenged to look at my own personal biases around this concept. And I came to realize that most, if not all, sacred texts are channeled, including the Bible. And I came to understand that channelers are just like ordinary folks. Some are authentic and work with integrity, while others are on the other side of the spectrum, like scam artists. The decision whether to use a channeled text or not, what I do is I analyze the information and I weigh it. I weigh it for the merit of the work. And as many of you know, I have been talking about actualizing our truth, our divine being. And I get this book and I'm just like, blown. Blown. Because it resonates so much with what my awareness says is truth and what our life purpose is. Paul Selig, he is said to channel beings that are ascended teachers. And they are a group, and sometimes they work as one collective unit, and other times they do it as individuals. But you know what, I took a step back and I thought, you know, it feels like we are in this time period together because we have this capacity to evolve to a higher level of consciousness. One only has to look at our recent history to see that we've been given lots of opportunities to do this work. And it's been downloaded, the teachings have been downloaded in a myriad of different ways. The teachings, some, they resonate with us. Others, they parallel to some of Unity's principles and concepts. Others are about our own opening of our own self-awareness. The messengers have different names. Edgar Casey, Abraham Hicks, A Course in Miracles, Seth, Tobias, and so many others. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on this body of work for the month. And today what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the aspect of frequency within that dynamic. Frequency is defined as the rate at which vibration occurs that constitutes a wave, such as sound waves or radio frequency waves. So I want you to imagine for a moment that your life is a radio station. You're tuned in. You're tuned into a specific frequency. And when we are tuned into that frequency, we can only see, hear, and know what is on that frequency. Kind of like when we have our favorite radio station. We tune into it, 92 point whatever, 101.7, right? Whatever that genre is, that is the only type of music that we're going to hear. Is that correct? So if I'm on a rock station, what am I going to hear? Rock. Am I going to hear any R&B? No. And so this is why we're talking about changing our frequency. With me?
Yes.
In unity, we often say thoughts held in mind,
Produced after
right, produced after their kind. And we use the principle that says that we are co-creators, and we use the law of attraction to explain how we can manifest. So the teachings that we're going to be talking about for the next month are similar, but they're on a deeper level. On a deeper level. What this is doing is it's moving from the intellect, which we tend to really love to hang out in. We're moving from that and we are integrating all of it in truth. That's what the work is. I also found the title really kind of interesting because when we look at the word metaphysically, it means God in action. God in action. So this is about manifestation and creation. I'm liking that. Manifestation and creation. I think it's time that we really put our soul as the priority of our lives. Our soul's needs as the priority of our lives. We have put so much emphasis on our physical safety and comfort that we have neglected what our life purpose is, which is to unfold our divinity. To unfold our divinity. Ooh, sorry. Lips, once again, I don't have my water. I think I need a crew. Just to take care of me. And when I say putting our soul's needs as the priority, I'm not talking about going back to the dark ages where when we looked for spiritual fulfillment or enrichment, we were seeking that. It meant that we denied our body. No, I am talking about complete integration. Paul Selig writes this. How would it feel finally to know? To know I know myself. I know my worth. I know my love. I know my body. And I know my path. And I know that I am loved by my Creator. What would that feel like? Really what this is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call for you to comprehend that the kingdom is within you. It's within all of us. And to realize the reason that we are incarnating here, right now at this moment, is to be the divine expressing as humanity. To have that experience of the divine expressing as humanity. That's our purpose. You'll also notice that I am using the term Christ consciousness. Did it make anyone twitch? Go, oh my God, what is she talking about today? Well, I am using that term intentionally to remind you that Christ consciousness means God, the vibration of God realized in man. The vibration of God realized in man. So Christ is simply the divine man. And that energy has been around long before Jesus ever incarnated. Jesus tends to be associated with the Christ because he's seen as the perfect manifestation of the Christ idea. But we can use that term. Yes, here in Unity of Lawrence. We can use the term Christ. We can use the term Christ consciousness, divine idea, divinity. It's all the same. And I bring this to the surface because, as truth students, we are about releasing past injuries. Did you hear me? Releasing past injuries about our belief system or previous religions that we may have been knocked over the head with. That is our work. And when we do that work, it allows us then to align with God, the universe, allness, love, which then causes our frequency to rise and for us to live at a higher level of vibration. This is why we do this work. But you know, it's really easy to stay asleep and to rest in comfort than awaken to our divinity. Because to change the world, it means that we have to tune in to the divine frequency. And my question is, what if this is what they're talking about when they say the second coming of Christ? I have to tell you, in my own personal life, when people ask about my past, I sometimes talk about it in such a way that it feels like it's another person, almost another lifetime ago, you know, because I've really worked at integrating a lot of my past. And it feels like I have had a reincarnation in this lifetime, my own personal resurrection. Now, I haven't kind of gotten to the walking on water part, but it's early days. It's early times, I figure. Changing our frequency is not an intellectual process. It is mind, it is body, it is soul. Mind, body, and soul. And we do this work not for the gain of wealth. We do this work on ourselves because this is how we change the world. By doing this work. The shooting in Orlando of our brothers and sisters. It can be said that perhaps it's the results of one individual's hatred. And many of you will be, duh, Rev, of course. He hated gay people. Perhaps, and perhaps not. The deeper issue is his own self-hatred and the tyranny of religious abuse. That's the issue. And that's what we have experienced as a group, many of us sitting in these seats. Imagine if he, which is Omar Latin, the shooter, imagine if he didn't have to deny his sexuality. Imagine if he wasn't abused by his family, abused by his culture, abused by religion. What if he knew he was loved and a divine being? What could he have accomplished if he knew that that was his truth? Well, we don't have to imagine, because we know this truth. Can I get an amen? Amen. Right, we know this truth. We know who we are, we know what we are, and we can do this. My friends, you are the change that the world is waiting for. And I'm so happy to be on this journey.